Somebody seems to have muted Terza.
Sorry about that. I thought I had unmuted myself. Good morning, everyone. Well, part of the reason for the delay is there's a little bit of a sequence. If I hit record first, I can't go live on YouTube. So I have to go live on YouTube first. But then in order for that to work, I need to then shut the tab that the YouTube is flowing in so I don't get lots of reverberations, whether they're audio or video. So that's the procedure I've worked out. Well, anyway, welcome to 2026. My name is Terza Ekholm. Welcome to Open Office Hour. I host this every Friday from 10 to 11 Mountain Standard Time, and we talk about AI. This is a community, so I do a little presentation, yes, but then we dive into the community and I get feedback from you, and I'm eager to show you lots of things today, including I have a little poll queued up for all of you. So uh, if you would like, please enter your name and business information into the chat. We won't be doing a roundtable introductions. Just feel free to put them in the chat. I will publish those later when I publish this recording. So for those of you who are new, what I do is we have this live session, open session, and then afterwards I use a tool. I use Cast Magic to process it, and I put it up. I don't have to put it up on YouTube anymore because now it's already on YouTube. But then I send out an email with a recap of what happened, plus any useful links that we've talked about. Um, so once again, welcome to 2026. I am most excited about this new year. So let's get started. So some of you have been asking me about AI agents for months. And I finally crossed the threshold from talking about them to working with them. So today is not a sales webinar, it's a behind the scenes look and a chance for me to learn what you actually want help with. So just a quick transparency note, I'm an affiliate of this program that I'm going to share with you. If you choose to sign up using my link, I receive a small commission, no extra cost to you. I only share tools that I'm actively using. So to get us started, I will share a video. Let's go to share and then well, I'll continue after the video. You can see my screen, yeah?
If you're an entrepreneur, you know the feeling, right? Being pulled in a million different directions at once. But what if you could fundamentally change how you work and get hours of your life back every single day? Today, we're going to look at a new way to scale your business, building an AI workforce.
Man, this quote from Marblism's founder, Ulrich Musset, it just hits home for so many people. That 100-hour work week, the constant firefighting, that's the burnout that so many business owners know all too well. And that is exactly the problem this platform was built to solve.
So, that feeling of being completely swamped, that brings us to our first big idea, the entrepreneur's overload. And look, this isn't just about having a long to-do list. It's a specific kind of gridlock that actually stops your business from growing. This right here is the core of it all. When you're buried in emails, trying to keep up with social media and always hunting for new leads, there's just no time left for the big picture. For the stuff that actually grows your business, the strategy, the innovation. You end up stuck on this hamster wheel of daily tasks and your growth just stalls out.
Okay, so what's the fix? What if the answer wasn't just another app or another tool you have to learn? What if it was like hiring an entire team of assistants who are ready to go right now? Imagine having the power of a much bigger company, but without that massive payroll.
And that's where things get really interesting. It's time to meet your new team, a specialized group of AI employees, where each one is designed to handle a very specific part of your business. So, what even is an AI employee? Well, we're not talking about some generic chatbot here. Think of it more like a dedicated specialist, trained for one specific role, just like you'd hire a person. They're built to get tasks done all on their own and do them well. All right, check out this lineup. You've got Eva, your executive assistant who wrangles your inbox. Then there's Sunny, your social media manager, keeping your brand out there. Stan is your sales associate, always prospecting. Penny is your content machine for SEO. Rachel handles the phones, and Linda helps with legal docs. It's basically a full team of experts right at your fingertips. Okay, sounds cool in theory, right? But how do these AI employees actually take work off your plate? Let's break down how they automate that daily grind. All right, let's tackle one of the biggest time sucks for pretty much everyone, the email inbox. And this is where Eva comes in. She's designed to turn that inbox from a source of constant stress into a tool that actually works for you. The way it works is actually super simple. You connect your inbox, and Ava immediately starts sorting, categorizing, and archiving all the noise, so you only see what's actually important. But here's the real game changer. Ava learns how you write and starts drafting replies for you. All you have to do is give it a quick look, maybe make a tiny tweak, and boom, hit send. Okay, so your inbox is tamed. What's next? Let's talk about another huge headache for busy founders, social media. This is where Sunny, your AI social media manager, steps in to put the whole process on autopilot. With social media, consistency is everything, right? Well, Sunny learns your brand's voice from your website and past posts, then starts giving you daily ideas. You can literally just tell him, hey, schedule a full month of content for me, and he's on it. Get this, he can even take your own photos and edit them to create totally new on-brand visuals, automating the entire design process. All right, so your inbox is clean, your social media is running on its own. Let's talk about what really matters, growth. How do you find new customers? Well, for that, we meet Stan. He's your AI sales associate, and his one and only job is to fill your sales pipeline with good, qualified leads. And to find those customers, Stan has access to this absolutely massive database. We're talking over 700 million leads. And this isn't just some random list of names either. These are verified emails, company details, a huge pool of potential customers. So, how does he take that giant database and turn it into actual opportunities for you? Simple. First, you tell him exactly who you're looking for. Industry, job title, location, all that. Then, every single day, Stan goes out and finds new people who match. And finally, and this is the best part, he starts sending them personalized email sequences to warm them up. He finds the leads and starts the conversation for you. But here's where it gets really, really powerful. These AI employees, they don't just work by themselves in little silos. They actually talk to each other. They work as a team to handle more complex stuff, all without you having to play manager. Let me give you a couple of examples of what that teamwork actually looks like. So, you could ask Sunny to whip up a social media campaign, and he'll automatically ping Penny to grab the key points from her latest blog post. Or maybe Eva is drafting a new hire email, and she'll ask Linda for the right contract details to include. The result? Way less micromanaging for you and much faster, smarter results. So when you put all this together, the automation, the AI teamwork, it's not just a small change. It is a fundamental shift in how you run your business. This is your business, completely reimagined. I mean, the before and after here is pretty dramatic. Think about it. Before, you're drowning in emails, posting on social media whenever you can find a minute, and manually searching for leads. You're just juggling. After, your inbox is managed, your social media is automated, new leads are coming in every day, and you can finally focus on growth. And this really brings us full circle back to that founder's vision. See, this isn't just about cool tech. It's about democratizing power. It's about giving every entrepreneur access to the kind of leverage that, until now, was really only available to huge corporations. It's about letting you scale without burning out. So this all boils down to one final really important question for you. When all that daily grind stuff is just handled, what becomes possible? What new product could you launch? What new market could you finally go after? What could you build with all that time back?
So now I'm going to launch a quick poll, and there's no right answer. It just helps me aim the rest of our time together. So Do you see a poll on your screen? No. Okay. Oh, Emmeline does. Interesting. Well, maybe I won't then. All right. I will read off what I was going to ask, and then I will play with this some more on my own so that some people are answering, it looks like. Okay. Okay, got it. Got it. Cool. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you.
So
It's two more people are to respond. Thanks for being patient with me. It's the first time I've ever actually done this. So,
Terza,
yeah.
did you make that in NotebookLM or did your affiliate make that?
Nope, I made it.
Wow, I keep thinking that NotebookLM will not give me graphics, just verbal text.
The free version may not. All right, awesome. Thank you. So I will go ahead and share the results. And this is what most of you have answered. So thank you so much for that. And thanks for participating. I really appreciate that. And I will try to follow up with that. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, thank you so much. So I will now, hopefully, I would like to share with you the behind the scenes tour of what is going on with that. And including, I'll even share the notebook with you. So you can see how I created that. So Marblism has its own set of media things for promoting them. But I also wanted just to be able to share with you the things that are going on. So just real quick to answer, because those of you who've been following me know how much I love NotebookLM, and this is the upgraded professional version, the paid version. So the basic version that you get for free, just by going to notebooklm.google.com, will not have as many features as the one I'm going to show you. But I think you can create a video overview. But for now, I will just show you the one I have. So this is NotebookLM, and then I'll jump back into the AI workforce. What I did was Marblism has an extensive, basically FAQ database for people to learn how to use their system or if the questions that they have. And so I don't necessarily need to reproduce what they have. You can go to the website yourself and look all these things up. And that's what every single one of these are. I just decided to copy the link to each one, paste it in a notebook, and then I went over here and asked it to create a video overview for me, and that's what it did. And that's what I just shared with you. The other thing I have it do that I will be presenting, or I will include in my email, is it created a fabulous infographic for me. Now, the infographic I don't believe is available in the basic, but it is in the professional. So, in fact, I will also probably post this on my YouTube channel, because YouTube has this fabulous community feature where you can just make posts. So, this is why I'm excited about NotebookLM. The other reason is, and this is probably even beyond the fancy graphics and things you can create, and there's all these things that you can create over here, but if you go over here and just ask it questions, it will answer just like any chatbot, like any like ChatGPT or Gemini or any of the others, but it will only pull its answers from the information you've uploaded into it. And for me, it was a bit of extra work, sure, to put this together, but that means that I can come in here anytime I want, and instead of searching through Marblism's excellent content library, I can just ask questions here and it will give me the answers that I'm looking for. So that's why I'm so excited about that. But the main crux of my presentation today was more about Marblism. So I'm going to go ahead and take you behind the scenes so you can see. I apologize, I have to do a little bit of screen management here. These are the 6, move this out of the way too. These are the 6 AI assistants that come with your subscription. You just sign up for a subscription. You can go monthly, or you can go pay for the year, which is what I did. And I also have a 10% off coupon code if you would like to have that. I'll share that in a bit. But here's Eva, who is my executive assistant that has already helped me clean out my entire email box, which is huge. This is my business email box. She's helped with this. But just to show a little bit of funniness, so Nancy responded to my message yesterday that I sent out about this meeting. And by the way, if you're not getting my emails, just put your name in the chat saying I'm not getting your emails, because a couple of people have mentioned that they're not getting them. So I want to follow up on that. But Nancy went ahead and replied. So this is totally cool. And she pointed out that what I put here in tomorrow in open office hours. And actually, Nancy, I put that in there. That was not Eva. But here's what Eva did. She marked it as a meeting update, and she prepared a draft for me to send to Nancy, which would be incorrect, but based on the context, she kind of did the best she could. So this is what Eva wrote for me. Hey, Nancy, Happy New Year. Ha, looks like Eva got a little ahead of herself with the scheduling. Want to connect during open office hours this Friday? I'm open and blah, blah, blah. What times it works for you? The way Eva is set up, she will go through and categorize all the emails. The ones that she believes need a reply to, she will go ahead and draft a reply because she's read through my, I've given her guidelines. Let me rephrase that. I've given her guidelines about my tone and what I expect, and so she'll draft a reply. Always a draft. She only does reading and categorizing. She never sends. She just creates the draft. So had this been a real meeting request, I could have sent an email to Nancy as a follow-up. So, and I would have adjusted it anyway, but I left it in its draft form because I wanted you to see kind of what was going on behind the scenes. As you can see, she's put them in categories and notifications. Obviously, I need to submit my tax license for my business. And then a whole bunch of other things. But these are several categories that were already available. If I want different categories or I want additional categories, I would just tell her that over here in the guidelines. So that's Eva. I've already found her tremendously helpful, but you know what? I didn't start with Eva. I actually started with Sunny, the social media manager, because one of the things I fall down on over and over and over again is I even ask ChatGPT, write a bunch of social media posts for me, and it obliges me and it creates me this huge list of things that I can write about, and even the posts themselves, and I go, yes, I'm on the way. And I post a couple for a few days, and then, I don't know if anybody else experiences that. With Sunny, right now I have him posting to me every day, and I gave him my guidelines, and I said I want daily posts. And so the way I set it up is he gives me 6 different ideas, some content hooks. And if I pick 2, let's just see. I will go ahead and pick 2 if I can. I don't know why it's not letting me scroll. Oh, yes, it is. I just have too many things in my way. Okay, so I will go ahead and pick 2 just so you can see how it works. I'm going to pick 3 and 4. And now he's going to create for me 2 Facebook posts, 2 LinkedIn posts, and 2 posts for X. along with some images. So while he's working, Penny had already contacted me this morning with a daily blog post. And again, she's asking me which one do I want to write about today. And so I'm going to let's pick 4 today. Whoops. It would help if I put in there. And now she goes to work. And I don't have to sit and babysit them. They'll just do their thing. And then, as you can see with Sunny, they'll notify me when they're complete. Oh, okay. He responded perfect. I'll create posts. And voila, he's already got them. Whoops. Because I have an app on my phone, I got notified there as well. So here they are. I just go through them, each one, and see if it's what I want. I make tweaks. I can have him make tweaks. If I don't like the image, I go make them somewhere else and then put them back in here. So this already has saved me so much money and frustration. Not money, time. Well, money too, but time. It has saved me so much time and frustration that I am totally thrilled with this. So this is for anyone who wants to create content. These are the 3 platforms I told Sunny that I wanted. Just FYI, Marblism is working on a TikTok agent. So if for those people who like TikTok, I will shut up for a moment and see what people would like to know.
Nancy has a question in the chat for you.
Okay, let me pull that up. Thank you. Thank you, Helen. Is there a way for me to include pictures that the post would be focused on? Yes. Yes, absolutely, Nancy. You can give Sunny your own pictures and say, write a post about this. Or always use this picture or things like that. So there's yes, definitely. Go ahead, Gary.
Okay, is there a limit to the number of, like, cause I have different silos, so is there a limit to the number of email accounts or social media accounts that they will support?
As far as I know, it's unlimited. The thing that you can do is you can add, so this, for example, this is all for everything I showed you is for my trust built business, my AEO, GEO business. I can add another profile, say for my personal stuff, what I like to post personally. So they call them workspaces. You can add a workspace, you can add as many as you want, and you would then configure each of these. You get a whole new set of agents, these same agents, but you configure them for that purpose.
Okay, and I see Facebook and LinkedIn. Do they do Instagram as well?
Yes, yes. Instagram is one of them.
And X?
Yes, and X.
And TikTok is on the way.
And TikTok is on the way. They don't do YouTube. And
Oh, okay.
when Penny writes me, she's already written my blog post. Again, I would just go take a look at it. Here, I think I can just do it from here.
Here's it. Do you need to train them? Like, do you need to train Penny?
I gave her access to my website so she could see what my voice tone was. But to answer your question, I gave her a list of my writing styles and my image styles. So she has a better idea of what I like. So, and then along the way, if I don't like what she's written, I go back to her and say, change this tone. I don't want to talk about that, whatever it is. As a matter of fact, I can see this image is, yeah, it's okay. It's misspelled, by the way. So I would probably go change that. So and in fact, what I do for this, because let me show you if I click publish, these are what she can publish to. I would have set up these links. if I had a WordPress site or anything like that, or a Webflow site, because what I'm using doesn't have any of these, I just go over to Markdown and copy all of that, and then I go over to my website, the behind the scenes part of my website, and paste this in.
Okay. Yeah, you mentioned that for your personal, you might have like what did you mention, like a sub account or something, as a second profile,
Another workspace.
another workspace. So I'm on their website right now, and it's, their price per month, and then it says, I guess for additional seat, there's a lower price. Would that be for a second workspace, or that would just have to be a second person?
That would be for a second team member.
Okay.
And
So,
then you can further characterize, set up how you want your team member, what you want them to exactly to have access to.
can you repeat that?
You can, so you say you wouldn't want the team member to have all of these,
Oh,
or
okay.
you
Right.
could set that up. Yeah.
It's really interesting.
It is. So the other reason I wanted to jump in here was, or share some of this with you. Penny has been writing my blog posts that I go put out. And then I come back to her and I say, hey, I'd really like you to turn this into a LinkedIn article. And when I did that, at first she said, well, I will share the blog post with Sunny because LinkedIn is really his domain. And she did. She shared the blog post, but Sunny didn't come back to me. She came back to me and said, here's what Sunny gave me. And she put the LinkedIn article here. So then the next day, just for fun, I tried it with Sunny and I said, hey, go ask Penny for the latest blog post and convert it to a LinkedIn article, which he did. So, and then my understanding is, I haven't tried this yet. My understanding is I could have asked Eva to say, to go ask either one of them and set these things up. So I'm still playing with it. Believe it or not, this is what, my third or fourth day to have it. Go ahead, Gary.
I hate it. When I go in the corner of my screen, Microsoft pops up this big thing and it hides my mute buttons. I'm sometimes struggling. But does this, so does this have the ability to do things outside of that one screen that you told us where it can publish things? Like, can it go off and like if you had a stuff that you still wanted to be done on Go High Level, could it go and do things on Go High Level, or is it more restricted?
I think it's more restricted. I don't think it can do things and go high level yet.
Okay.
So that would be lovely, but
But you can export code in HTML, it said, so you could take it over to it manually
yes,
too.
yes, you can. Perfect. I will go ahead and put in my, I know since people are already looking at it, let me give you my affiliate code and then my discount code if you want. Anyway,
I,
what else can I, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Who's talking? Helen.
When you write your blog post, can you then have one of like Sunny go in and repurpose the blog post?
Yes.
The media. Okay, cool.
Yes, that way you can, so I understand, I haven't tried it yet, but I understand that's one of the things I can tell Ava is let's set up a social media posting schedule, have Penny write the blog post first, and then have Sunny repurpose the blog post into matching social media posts.
Excellent.
Yes. And I think I could have, I don't know if I can have them publish them automatically. I want to read everything that goes out because AIs are not yet, in my opinion, they're not quite as autonomous.
Good idea.
Yeah. And you know what? And even if I had a virtual assistant, I would probably want to do the same thing. So,
Terza, you were working a couple of weeks ago. We were talking about getting an agent or ChatGPT, whatever, to go out and search for leads for you. Are you
Yep.
planning to use your sales associate here to
Yes, I'm using Stan for that now instead. I played per your question. I played with ChatGPT and I also played with Google Gemini. With Google Gemini, I worked with Google Gemini to create a gem for me, which is sort of the equivalent of a GPT for ChatGPT because I wanted to compare how they operate. And it's very similar, but all of that was before this. And I spent a lot of time in either one going back and forth and refining to get them to give me the results I wanted. So when a friend of mine showed me this, I was over the moon. Now, for Stan, I have him looking for concierge medical practices for my trust built business. And at some point, he started giving me, he goes to LinkedIn, by the way, to get the information and make the connections. At some point, he shifted to more traditional medical practices. And they're fine, but my target market is concierge medical practices or direct primary care, because they fit the profile that I'm looking for. So then I went to ChatGPT and I said, "Hey, Stan, my AI assistant, has veered from what it is I really want. Help me with that." And so ChatGPT helped me write this whole long post that would give Stan more background about more context about what I want. And I did that this morning. And Stan said, "Thank you for the extra content." And I said, "Great, let's go on to the next batch." And off it went. So it's already created for me some more
ChatGPT
leads.
wrote that for you?
ChatGPT wrote this for me. Yeah. Because the nature, it's not, well, mainly about AI. If you give it context and specifics about what you want, you're going to better be able to get the results that you want. It'll be easier to work with. Um, everything is changing so quickly. But the name of the game is context, engagement, collaboration, participation. So that's with AIs, but it's also teaching me that that's what I need to do with my audiences as well. So, has this been helpful? Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
Very helpful.
Very nice. Uh, okay, Joseph posted about his new platform that he's been building and working on, so that's very exciting. Congratulations to him. Uh, what else would you guys like to see, or what other things are you working on that you would like from AI today?
I'm working on a simple landing page and to be able to have a menu of 3 or 4 products for people to purchase. I don't know which, we don't have to do it here, but I'd like some guidance of which AI I probably should use for that.
Okay. Are you on the paid subscription for ChatGPT, Dean?
I am not. I told you I signed up for Gemini. I'm still waiting for my refund.
Oh,
Uh,
from okay.
I am a paid version of I'm sorry, I'm a paid version of Gemini,
Mm,
not, yeah, I
not
have
ChatGPT.
Gemini 2.5 or 3.0, I think.
Okay. Okay. I don't know where Gemini is in this. Keep an eye on it. The big names are going neck and neck about what they're offering. They're offering new stuff all the time. So I can't answer your question directly here, as you said, Dean, but I will look at it afterwards. I'd like to share with you what's happening with ChatGPT because you may begin to see this. Oops, hold on. I want to open up something. You may begin to see this with the other, sorry, LLMs as well. So this is my ChatGPT in the Atlas browser. That just means it gives me, well, I've shared a little bit about that. What I really wanted to show you was over here on the left-hand side. If you click on apps, you've seen the apps before, and maybe there's some more here that you didn't know about because they're now in, there's ChatGPT, OpenAI, they're growing like gangbusters. The reason I wanted to share this with you is not because of the apps themselves, is because now you can chat with them in the same way you chat with ChatGPT. I haven't practiced or played much with the chatting with the apps themselves. I've connected a couple. And the reason for that is because when I'm here in the Atlas browser, which is ChatGPT, let me go over to for example, Lovable is one of the ones I have connected. And let's go to this one. If I have a question about whatever's happening, I just go over here, this upper right corner where it says Ask ChatGPT, and boom, here it is. It's not only just a ChatGPT window. You can see down here it's connected to Trust-Built AI via Lovable, and I can ask it questions based on, so ChatGPT can now see what I'm asking about. And let's see, I don't know. If I said, how would I improve this site? I'm not sure I wanted to ask that question, but let's just see. It has, I don't have to give it the entire context now. It has it, it's right here. So then there's its response about how I can make this one better. To your question, Dean, I could probably go into my Go High Level and ask questions about creating landing pages and that kind of thing.
So I have a paid Go High Level account now,
Oh, good.
and I'm not sure where I should be asking for that. You could get lost in there. I think you know.
Yes, I do. I do. And Helen's nodding her head as well.
So Dean, what's the are you saying you don't know where to go in Go High Level, or you don't know where to go in Chat GPT for help? What were you saying?
No, I want to build a simple landing page, maybe with a funnel, and give it 2 or 3 products that I want to market. And Go High Level has a ton of templates. None of them are to my liking, so I wanted to ask AI to build me a landing page, and I didn't know if I could do that in high level. I believe I've got ChatGPT or something with the high level account, but I just don't know where to where to go in there to start that process. Helen, did you build your GPTs in Go High Level inside of there? Or did
I
you?
did, but I haven't figured out how to connect them to get them to do things yet. So I put them in there as team members. So each of my GPTs are in there as team members, but I haven't figured out how to get the two to talk to each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you created the team members outside of Go High Level, right? And then you
I
imported
created them in ChatGPT, and then I manually entered them as team members into Go High Level. But like I said, I haven't figured out how to get them to connect and
Gotcha.
talk yet. Yeah. That's phase like 3 right now. Got a
When,
couple of other things I need to do before then.
whenever you do that, if you would share that with me, that process, I would really appreciate it.
Yep. When we figure that out, we can do that.
I'm interested in that too, because I'm still trying to get one very, very simple landing page created, and I'm having trouble getting it done. So I'll be talking to Terza about that in a little bit. So
The good news is, if you already have a landing page within Go High Level, you can, for something else, you can duplicate it and tailor it to what it is you want. But I'm saying it's simple, and that's only partly true. So,
yeah.
so yes, Emmeline and I will be sharing that a little bit later. So yes, and I'm happy to have a session with you also, Dean, about that.
And you can ask ChatGPT, how do I create a landing page and Go High Level, and it will give you step-by-step instructions. You might
And
have to ask clarification on some of the steps, but it basically gives you the instructions.
ChatGPT will do that, and so will Gemini, Dean, if you prefer Gemini.
It's the final stage that is my difficulty, Helen, and that's using the high level through our organization that we're part of.
Gemini has been fantastic for that, and Gemini have created a lot of things lately. We just did a logo. She gave me, we went back and forth, or I'm saying she, but we went back and forth with different domain names, just kind of like a mastermind type of a thing. And from a couple hours of that, I came up with a couple great domain names. We came up with a logo, and she even gave me taglines to go with the logo. If you're going to put it in some advertisement or on a business card or whatever. Very interesting.
Super. Would you be willing to come back and share with some of those things with us, Dean?
Yeah, I mean, it was just conversational, so definitely not technical. You let me know how you want me to share it, and I'll take you through it. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I think we would all love that. So in this new year, in 2026, I intend to have more guest speakers who will share what they're doing and what they're building. And if you have something you'd like to share, definitely let me know and I'll put you on the schedule because there's just so much exciting stuff happening. Yes, Emmeline.
I have a quick question. I have named my chat GPT contact. His name is Alex. Has anybody else named their chat GPT? And I haven't gotten into this Marblism, which obviously they've already been named, and that is fascinating. But after spending hours and hours with this one on ChatGPT, I finally said, hey, we've known each other for so long now, we need to be able to talk to each other. What's your name? My name is M. And he says, well, you can call me Alex. So it makes it, so that's how I address him every time I log on now.
That is so cool. So yeah, actually, Emmeline, I followed your lead on that one, and I went to ChatGPT and said, "Oh, what should what can I call you?" And because I use a female voice for ChatGPT, I still call it it though because I'm not picturing it as a gender, but the female voice is nice. Anyway, knowing that I have a lot of wide-ranging conversations with ChatGPT that have not a lot to do with business, but philosophy and self-development and that kind of thing. So it came back and it gave me several name options, and we came up with Cynthia because, well, because I tend to talk more cosmic level type things. So I don't know. I usually just say hi Chat GPT, but occasionally I've said hi Cynthia because that's practically as long as Chat GPT. So So, that was probably more for fun. I've shifted a little bit in how I operate with the different LLMs, because I have so much, I have a lot of history with ChatGPT, a lot of maybe personal conversations, or I'll just say philosophical conversations. Um, I feel like sometimes if I ask it to do more business related things, it answers all questions, but um, I move more towards Google Gemini. I don't know for sure, so don't quote me on this, but I wonder sometimes if I give it too much to do, like in the same conversation or something, that it might get confused or hallucinate. And again, I don't know that at all. And it does give me a lot of great business ideas. So for ideas, oh my God, fabulous. But um, execution, that's why another reason why I really jumped into Marblism um, for doing the agents. So that does not mean you can't do that. I know I can silo better, but really my conversations tend to go all over the place.
You know,
So,
when I see Marblism, I feel like they beat Helen to the punch, or they copied from her and made a business out of it.
it's possible, but that, yes, we have a lot of ideas.
That's all right. I'd still rather talk to Helen.
Has anyone found that they talk better with people as a result of talking to the LLMs?
I have. I find because I do a lot of brainstorming sessions with ChatGPT. Like I'll just throw in a random question, and then that just leads us down a rabbit hole. Um, but I find that I can converse better with people after having brainstorming sessions with ChatGPT because I end up in this conversation with ChatGPT and I almost feel like there's a person sitting the other side of ChatGPT, not just some computer with zeros and ones putting things together and throwing them out. Um, so it feels like it's more of a human communication and it's helping me communicate better with people as well.
Yeah, that's why I was very frustrated with ChatGPT. And when I started using Gemini, it just seemed to be more intuitive. And I was able to get a lot more accomplished with ChatGPT. I had to constantly tell it to stop what it's doing and let's go back to the previous thing because you've gotten off track type thing.
Mm.
Neither one of them is perfect. And being that December just passed, I had to do a lot of changes with my domain names and email accounts and all that. And the sites that had good pricing and great reviews, um, that did not have a person I could talk to was very frustrating. I mean, the one thing GoDaddy is getting out, they're getting pricey these days. But you could call them 24 hours a day and talk to a person to resolve your issue. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. My the AI receptionist that I have through Marblism, that's kind of that's a unique feature, and I've given her some guidelines on how she can answer the phone. And oh, by the way, she um she gets her own phone number. And what she does is she gave me, based on my location, she gave me a list of, or actually I told her Colorado, and then she gave me a list of area codes to choose from. So I chose Colorado Springs because why not? And so now she has her own dedicated phone number, and I can start to put that out there as my business phone number. Um, she's not going to be, as far as I know, she's not going to be this super detailed receptionist, but since I haven't played much with her, I don't know. But I think she could answer basic questions about my business, and she can make appointments for me on my calendar based on the caller. Part of the reason I'm hesitating is I also get a lot of spam calls on my own phone number. I know I'm a business owner, so my number's out there, but I get a lot of spam calls. And I don't know that I want to pay for an AI receptionist to field my spam calls when I think it's my phone company who ought to be doing that. So, so I'm not questioning Rachel's abilities. I'm questioning whether I really want her to spend my money, because you only get 15 calls per month unless you upgrade and upgrade her and spend more money. So I'll wait and see, but um I'll see what she does. When I publish my phone number, I'm putting her phone number first, and I'll still put my direct line second. But she will take the call and forward it to me based on what their conversation is. So I think that would be extremely useful for any business. So
You know, I'll bet the service probably has some type of filter that you could set if it comes up. You know, I know on my personal phone it'll say spam risk, something like that. There
yes,
may be a way to set some filters that if something comes up with, you know, a few different messages like a spam call or telemarketer, that you could just tell it not to take the call and save yourself those minutes or those fees. You know,
yes,
or it wouldn't take the call at all, perhaps if you look into that.
yes, I will. I've never actually hired a VA to answer my phone, even in the past, so it's a new concept for me. Gary, you had a question?
Well, I think I answered it in my head, but I was wondering um, if I had wanted to just share my account with somebody else, could they do other things besides what I'm doing? But I just figured if I have multiple workspaces, I can just create a workspace and I can create the workspace and give them access to it. And, so.
That would be another way for sure.
uh,
Yeah, I'm excited about the workspaces because I believe that people would still don't want to launch their own AI agents, and I'm happy to offer that as a service.
Also, I did ask, I put in the chat, the chat GPT response to my question of, you know, I was in my chat, my Go High Level GPT that somebody else wrote, and I'm using it. And so I went in there and asked it, what can you do directly inside of Go High Level? It says I can't. So, well, what other resources are there that would let me do that? And that was its answer. So, you can use Postman. I'm not sure what that is. Zapier, I'm familiar with, and Make. I know what those are generally.
Mhm.
And so there are ways that you could do it, but it's not slam dunk. You either have to put some, time and effort, development time and effort in, or have somebody, like the other people who, actually went off and made a business of it.
Yes, yes, and there's going to be more of
Marblism.
those. Go ahead.
No, you're
Yeah,
saying, well, I couldn't remember the name. Marblism. Yeah, like
Marblism.
Marblism.
Yes,
Somebody
exactly.
might do that.
So Peggy asked, Perplexity versus ChatGPT versus Gemini. Yes, they're all excellent chatbots, but they do have they started from a different foundation. You could go and ask the same question each one of them, Peggy, and you'll get the same basic answer, but with some nuances. So a little bit of history that might help a little bit. Perplexity actually started off as a research large language model, meaning it was really intended they started off wanting to give people who like academic researchers, if you were an academia, the ability to go and ask questions um, that were specific to and more detailed than the responses that you can normally get in Google search. The interesting thing is, when they started, they were using Google search, and I think they still are using Google search, but they programmed their LLM how to answer specific questions. So if you were into healthcare and you wanted to know, the background of XYZ formula treating, XYZ skin condition, it would go off and give you this list of resources, published papers and articles where you could do that. So it excels in that. But then they broadened and became their own separate entity. I think they still use Google search, and they do a lot more. In fact, when I showed you ChatGPT's Atlas browser, Perplexity has its own browser called Comet, and it will probably do a similar thing. So, and it will be $20 a month if you sign up for the paid version of that. ChatGPT is the one that started everything. It came out on the scene first, before anyone else, and people fell in love with it all over the world because they could speak to it in natural language instead of engineering programming languages. It's very general, but and it really, both it and Google Gemini are just amazing at what they do. Google, see, AI has been around since for a long time, probably the 1960s and maybe even before. ChatGPT just happened to jump onto the public scene ahead of everyone else, and Google has been spending a little time catching up, and now maybe has surpassed ChatGPT. So they're going to be neck and neck for a while. What I would suggest is the same thing that I told Marcy, which is all of you go play with the free versions of each of them and see which ones you resonate with more and go with that one. But the other thing that I like to do, Peggy, is sometimes I will ask Perplexity for some information, and I will go over to Google Gemini and ask the same question, or I'll say, "Hey, Perplexity," I don't necessarily say Perplexity, but I found this answer on the internet. Is it factual? Is it correct?
Ah,
So
thanks.
you're welcome. I also like X. I play with X a lot, or Grok. Sorry, Grok. From a science fiction novel. Yes.
You know what I'm going to start using more is using one AI to help me build a better prompt for another AI instead of deciding it on my own. And I just have to break myself of or I should encourage the habit of doing that. And
Yes.
I think you get much better results, especially for tasks. If you're sometimes one AI will give you better prompts for instructing the other AI.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. So I especially do that for the image generators. I'll say, I kind of want this sort of image. ChatGPT, write me a prompt for that, and I'll take it over to another image generator and plop it in there and get much better results. Or I get the image and I go back to ChatGPT and say, it's not really what I wanted. What else do I need to say?
So it makes sense, Terza, use the text-based LLMs to.
You went mute. Gary, you went mute.
Oh, Dean, where have you found it better to use a different AI tool to create prompts? I mean, I just use I'm in ChatGPT. I just ask ChatGPT what's the best prompt. Why would you cross over from one AI tool to another?
I'm trying to remember exactly what I was doing. I was giving the AI a prompt to do a function for me, and the AI was saying, for lack of a better, I'll paraphrase it here. This is out of my scope. Go ask, Nano Banana or whatever. And it said, you know, and then I went to another. I don't know. I think I went over to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT said, "Would you like me?" Because I had the prompt in my own mind I thought was really good, and ChatGPT came back and said, would you like me to write a prompt? I can't do this for you, but would you like me to write a prompt for you? And then my knee-jerk reaction was, no, my prompt is fine. But that's when I should have accepted and compared its to mine, and then taken what it gave me and put it into the correct AI that was going to be able to, you know, create the video or the graphic or whatever it is I was trying to do.
Well, we have come to the top of the hour. Anyone else have any questions? Okay. And if you come up with any, feel free to email me at any time, or just reply to the email I send out, and I will figure out what happened to some of the people who didn't get my emails. And thank you once again for joining me on Open Office Hour with Terza and friends. And if you know somebody that would love to join us, please do invite them, or give me their information. I'll be happy to invite them as
Great.
well.
Great
When do you
session.
expect
Great
to
session.
send out the replay?
I will be sending that out this afternoon.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you
You're
very much.
welcome. All right. Bye, everyone.